Alright lads, and welcome back to episode 14 of my Rangers career mode on FIFA 18, and this was a bit of a kind of weird episode. I mean, we've got international football, 2 friendlies, but I wanted to play it, see how the team was. But as in weird, I meant how this was actually meant to go up yesterday, but some errors happened. I had to actually end up editing this on Windows Movie Maker, like what is that? But anyway, straight into this game against Aberdeen. We go 1-0 up in the 28th minute, and yeah, I know I'm still recovering from the fact that I had to use Windows Movie Maker because it just wasn't using audio. There was no audio detected, and it just said there was an error every time I tried to actually produce the video, or render the video, so it just wouldn't work. Windows Movie Maker took it, but I mean the quality's still decent. All I'd really do for this is trims, so there's nothing too advanced. So we're 1-0 up against Aberdeen. We'll actually get into the video now, as straight from the kickoff, Reynolds gets it and gives it up to Bowen. He then plays it up to Stevie May, I believe that is, who used to play for St Johnstone. He then plays it through to Tainmont. Tainmont gets a run into half, cuts inside, gives it back to Bowen. It comes to Stevie May. Stevie May lays it off to Shinnie. He has a shot, but that one goes wide of the target. And now 45th minute, Stewart has a shot, hits the post, and then we eventually clear it with, well, it comes back to Fodringham, and then we eventually get it upfield up to Wallace. Wallace then takes a touch, but that is going to be half time. We go into the break 1-0 up, and Candace now in the 62nd minute gives it up to Wallace. Wallace up to Morelos. Morelos then waiting for the run of Wallace. He makes the run, he cuts it back, gives it into Ogier, has a shot, and he smashes that one into the back of the net and gives us a 2-goal lead, and a pretty convincing result it is so far, as Aberdeen haven't really been, you know, pressing much. They hit the post in the first half, but in the second half they have definitely not been up to much. We weren't actually up to much, to be honest. We didn't have that many chances, but we were clinical with our chances up to this point, so that's the main thing. And as you can see, it was a really good finish from Ogier. I think he scored 3 in the last 4 or 5 games, so that's good. But Tainmont now on the ball, gives it up to Wright. Wright then gives it through to Tansey. I thought he was offside, but he isn't. He goes into the box, swings it in. Reynolds is there with a header, hits the bar, and then Bruno Alves is there to clear, and it comes out to McLean, and McLean then gives it away, and the play goes on. So 90th minute now, as Bierman on the ball. He came on for Osbees, I believe, or Candace, and now Wallace on the left wing cuts it back to Bierman. Bierman then he gets absolutely wiped out. I thought that might have been a penalty, but obviously not. Obviously just a shoulder to shoulder, but anyway, that doesn't matter because it is full time and we are 2-0 victors, and that is the first and final Rangers game of this episode, and we're going to get into our first international duty as we are away to Colombia. We're going to go with a 4-4-1-1, and let me know what you think about playing Celtic players, because I mean we've got Griffiths up front, and I played with him last year. He's actually a decent player to play with, but obviously he is a Celtic player, and this is a Rangers career mode, so let me know what you think, if I should play Celtic players for the Scotland squad, because Griffiths just lost the ball there. But anyway, Colombia coming up with the ball. James on it, gives it to Barrios. Barrios up to Chara. He plays it to Castillo. Castillo to James, to Chara, to Castillo, to James, through to Chara. Chara 1-on-1 and finishes that one. And you just saw, like, you just heard how many names I had to say within about 10 seconds. They were passing it like mad. They absolutely split our defence like a hot knife through butter. So yeah, James, Chara and Castillo, they were just on form at that goal in the 17th minute to put Colombia ahead, and we hadn't really done much. Like, even when I was playing, I was like, this doesn't seem like the best squad, but you know, obviously it's an international friendly for a reason, so we can experiment and see what we need to do. But Castillo now on the ball, he turns with it in the box, gives it to Sanchez. Sanchez then puts that one by Craig Gordon. I thought Craig Gordon, I was actually meant to be playing David Marshall in nets. I forgot to change the keeper, but yeah, Craig Gordon was absolutely horrible in nets there, and Colombia go 2-0 up in the 26th minute, and we haven't actually had a single attack. We're 25 minutes in, and I don't think we've even troubled the keeper at this point. But as you can see, it was Craig Gordon. You could say it was poor goalkeeping, you could say it was unlucky, but he did get a decent touch to it, and it wasn't the most powerful of shots. So Lee Griffiths now going through, gives it through to Matt Phillips. Matt Phillips then swings it into the box. Griffiths is there, and he skies that one from about 10 yards out. He should have scored there. Then we James on the ball to Castillo, to Muriel. He then goes by a man and goes by Russell Martin, goes into the box, has a shot, but it's a pretty simple save for Craig Gordon. He then throws it out to Andy Robertson on this left back. He then plays it up to Matt Ritchie. Matt Ritchie holds it in and plays it into Kearney. Kearney turns with it and plays it over to the far side where Matt Phillips is. Matt Phillips cuts inside and gives it in the middle to Griffiths, and it was actually a brilliant ball. It turned out, it looked as if at first sight it was a terrible ball, but then the defender missed it, and it turned out to be an amazing ball to Griffiths, who slotted that one home really nicely. As you can see, I think that was Carlos Sanchez. He just kind of didn't react quick enough. But anyway, James Morrison in 45th minute, he gets tackled by Sanchez, up to Castillo to Sanchez, and then they're just going to play it out, and Castillo now on the ball over the halfway line, and that's going to be half time. So I mean, 2-1 ain't the worst result, because Colombia are a decent team, so we've still got something to believe in to get a result in this game. But Kearney now on the ball, cuts inside of his man, has a shot, but it's pretty central and straight at the keeper, and then Colombia end up clearing that. Robertson on the ball, gives it into Rodriguez or James then runs with it, and he gets by Ryan Jack, and then he goes by Christoph Berra, and that is 3-1 to Colombia. And James, world class player, he just completely destroyed my defence. As you can see, I'm bringing Barry Mackay on. I'd like to play a lot of players that are actually in my squad, like Ryan Jack, who else, just any Scottish players like that, Douglas Watson, the youth player. I'd like to eventually bring him into the Scottish side, because I mean, I know what the players are like, and I want to improve the players even more by playing them nationally. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. But fair play to Craig Gordon, he made an absolute amazing double save right there. The Colombia with a corner, and it gets headed. Craig Gordon makes a good save, and it comes to Barry Mackay. Barry Mackay gives it up to Russell Martin. Russell Martin then up to Tom Kearney. Tom Kearney's got time to run, he gives it through to Jordan Rhodes, who I brought on. He gets tackled, but it comes to Kearney. Kearney then plays it back through to Jordan Rhodes. Jordan Rhodes 2-on-1 with the defender, gives it back post to Matt Phillips. He smashes that one in, and we're back in the game with 7 minutes to go, and it's 3-2 to Colombia. So only 1 goal in it now, and that was a great counter attack. I mean, we got tackled, but we got a bit of a luck bounce by bouncing straight back to us. But 90th minute, James on the ball, he gives it in the middle to Cordoba, who gets tackled by Grant Hanley, and then James gets the ball back, but that is going to be full time, and it's not the worst result. I mean, 3-2 away to Colombia. I'm still experimenting with the team, so I mean, even though it's my first game and I've lost it, still a decent result, but we would have hoped for better. But we're into this game, not making it any easier, home to Argentina, and I forgot to actually record the lineups, but I did actually go with 5-2-1-2 formation to see how it went, because I played with that last year and I thought it was really effective, especially as a smaller team against bigger teams. So Matt Ritchie gets the ball out, he was playing right wing back, he tries to give it up to Kearney, he gets the ball intercepted by Lanzini. Lanzini has a shot, hits the post, and then David Marshall makes a good save there. And now James Morrison on the ball in the 25th minute, coming forward with it, plays it through to Lee Griffiths. Lee Griffiths cuts inside on his left foot, he has a shot, and the keeper makes a really good save there, and that goes out for a corner. Nothing came from it though. In the 45th minute, James Morrison picks up the ball. I thought that was maybe a foul, but then it's Lanzini to pick the ball up, gives it to Rigoni. Rigoni is getting pressured by Robertson, comes to Lamela. Lamela does a Cruyff turn but gets tackled by Hanley. Then Hanley comes away with the ball, but that is going to be half time, and we go into the break 0-0. So it's still a decent result, even though Argentina aren't playing Aguero, Messi, Higuain. It's still a decent result. Matt Ritchie now on the ball, goes to the byline, swings it in, but it gets blocked and goes out for a corner. Then we get a suggested sub, Ritchie for Douglas. It's a bit weird. A right back for a left back, it doesn't really work. But anyway, Ritchie with the corner, swings it into Christoph Berra, he headers it, and there is Grant Hanley at the back post to tap that one in the 54th minute and give us the 1-0 lead against Argentina. And as you can see, he's going mental. I mean, calm down, mate, it's only a friendly. But on the other hand, we are 1-0 up against Argentina, so probably every right to go a bit mental. But yeah, so as you can see, it was a good corner from Ritchie, good header by Berra, and I had to actually manually select Hanley because I think he was just going to leave it go out. But anyway, got a tap in, we're 1-0 up. But anyway, Morrison gets the ball, plays it over the top to Jordan Rhodes. He can't quite get it, but Lee Griffiths gets the tackle in. He then plays it through to James Morrison. He has a shot, and he puts that one wide of the target. Like he's 12 yards out, and he couldn't hit the target. Ryan Jack gives it over to Barry Mackay now. Barry Mackay down this left side, step overs inside, goes by his man, and then plays it through to Jordan Rhodes. He has a shot and puts that one under the keeper and puts us 2-0 up in the 63rd minute. Barry Mackay just coming on and making an impact, getting an assist, and Jordan Rhodes with a good finish there, good run. As you can see, he just broke the offside trap and got that one into the bottom corner and puts us 2-0 up. And now Marquieson has a goal kick up to Lamela, and Mackay wins the header. It comes to Banega. Banega plays up to Vieto. Vieto then over to Rigoni. Rigoni goes down the wing and swings it in to the back post, and then I think that was Lanzini with the header. Hit that one wide, but Tom Kearney now on the ball, plays over to Ryan Jack to Lee Griffiths, into Armstrong over to Barry Mackay takes a touch, puts that one by the keeper and puts us 3-0 up against Argentina in the 84th minute. Like, imagine that, Scotland 3, Argentina 0. And I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes it goes a wee bit laggy. I think that's what Windows Movie Maker does. I'm still quite embarrassed in actually saying Windows Movie Maker, but yeah, you can see sometimes it actually like kind of lags a bit, so I'm sorry about that. I can't do anything about that because it's just the software. Hopefully I don't have this problem again. If I do, I mean I'll be able to overcome it, but it might not be the best. Anyway, Barry Mackay with a great run, plays over to Lee Griffiths back into Barry Mackay then tries to give it over to Chris Martin, but he couldn't get it. The defender intercepted it, he got it back very luckily, and then he sweated it to Chris Martin and gives Chris Martin a goal, and Barry Mackay 2 assists and a goal when he came on, so he's definitely looking like one to start in the World Cup, because I think that's our next international fixtures, the World Cup. But anyway, Argentina looking for a consolation goal as Vieto gets the ball, he can't build up the play to go on in a good attack, and we are going to win this game 4-0 as the ref blows the full-time whistle, and we are the victors by 4-0. So next episode there will be Dundee, St Johnstone, and there's another league game in the next month, but you will just see here it is Partick Thistle. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.